Right now, as these words resonate in your ears, you're doing something extraordinary, something millions of people are too afraid to even attempt. You're choosing to grow. You're choosing to learn. You're choosing to step boldly outside the cozy, familiar walls of safety by immersing yourself in English content that challenges you. Do you realize how incredibly brave that makes you? While countless others remain trapped in their native language bubble, paralyzed by the fear of mistakes or sounding less than perfect, you are here, courageously pushing yourself to understand, to evolve, to become better than you were yesterday. This single, powerful choice to embrace English content, even when it feels daunting, proves you already possess the courage to shatter your comfort zone. You already have the strength to embrace discomfort in the name of growth. Today, I'm here to help you see just how transformative this ability is, not just for mastering English, but for revolutionizing your entire life. Every monumental achievement in human history, every invention, every discovery, every triumphant success story began with someone who dared to feel scared, uncertain, and uncomfortable, yet chose to move forward anyway. The visionary who invented the airplane could have stayed safely grounded. The adventurer who conquered the highest mountain could have lingered in the valley. The entrepreneur who built a world-changing business could have clung to a secure job, but they didn't. They chose growth over comfort, possibility over security, and extraordinary over ordinary. Hello, and welcome to another life-altering episode of English Flow. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here today because you've already proven you're someone truly special. You're someone who understands that real growth, transformative growth, happens when you dare to step beyond your comfort zone. In this podcast, we don't just teach English. No, we go far beyond that. We teach English while diving deep into the ideas and principles that can completely reshape your life right now. Today, we're going to dive deep into one of the most important concepts for personal growth and success: why you absolutely must leave your comfort zone if you want to live an extraordinary life. We're going to explore what the comfort zone really is, why it feels so safe but is actually so dangerous, and most importantly, how you can start stepping outside it today to create the amazing future that's waiting for you. But here's what makes this conversation even more powerful. You're having it in English. That means you're not just learning life-changing principles, you're also building the language skills that will open doors around the world. You're expanding your vocabulary, improving your listening comprehension, and training your brain to think in English, all while absorbing wisdom that could change the direction of your entire life. Can you imagine a better use of your time than this? Your comfort zone is that invisible bubble around you where everything feels safe, predictable, and familiar. It's the place where you know exactly what to expect, where you feel confident and secure, where there are no surprises or challenges. In your comfort zone, you speak your native language perfectly. You do activities you've done 1,000 times before. You interact with the same people in the same ways, and you follow routines that require no effort or thought. There's nothing wrong with comfort zones. They serve an important purpose. They give you a place to rest, to recharge, and to feel secure. The problem comes when your comfort zone becomes a prison instead of a home base. The problem comes when you spend so much time in your comfort zone that you forget there's an entire world of possibilities waiting just outside its borders. Think about your English learning journey for a moment. When you first started learning English, everything felt uncomfortable. Every new word was a challenge. Every grammar rule seemed confusing. Every time you tried to speak, you felt nervous and uncertain. Your comfort zone was your native language, where you could express yourself perfectly and effortlessly. But something inside you knew that staying in that linguistic comfort zone would limit your life forever. So you made the brave decision to step outside it, to feel uncomfortable, to make mistakes, to sound imperfect, all because you understood that growth requires discomfort. And look at you now. You're listening to this entire podcast in English. You're understanding complex ideas, learning new vocabulary, and expanding your ability to think and communicate in a global language. This didn't happen by accident. It happened because you were willing to leave your comfort zone over and over again, day after day, until what once felt impossible became not just possible, but natural. But here's what most people don't realize. The same principle that helped you learn English can be applied to every other area of your life. The same courage that got you to practice speaking English even when you felt embarrassed can get you to pursue that dream job even when you feel scared. The same persistence that helped you master difficult grammar rules can help you build the business you've always wanted to start. The same willingness to make mistakes in English can help you take risks that lead to incredible opportunities in your career, relationships, and personal growth. Your comfort zone isn't actually as comfortable as it seems. Yes, it feels safe in the moment, but it's slowly suffocating your potential. Every day you stay in your comfort zone is a day you're not growing, not learning, not discovering what you're truly capable of. It's like living in a small room when there's an entire mansion waiting for you to explore. It's like eating the same meal every day when there's a feast of experiences waiting to be tasted. The comfort zone creates an illusion of safety, but it's actually one of the most dangerous places you can spend your life. When you stay in your comfort zone too long, your world gets smaller instead of bigger. Your confidence decreases instead of increases. Your skills stagnate instead of improve. Your opportunities shrink instead of multiply. You start to believe that the small world you know is all there is, when in reality, you're missing out on adventures, relationships, experiences, and achievements that could make your life incredible. Let me tell you about someone who understood this deeply. Her name was Sarah, and she was a talented accountant who had been working at the same company for 8 years. She was good at her job, her colleagues liked her, and her salary was decent. By all external measures, she was successful and secure. But inside, Sarah felt restless and unfulfilled. She had always dreamed of starting her own business, but the idea terrified her. Her comfort zone was her steady job, her predictable routine, and her guaranteed paycheck. For years, Sarah told herself she would start her business someday when the time was right. But the time never felt right because leaving her comfort zone never felt comfortable. The fear of failure, the uncertainty of entrepreneurship, and the possibility of financial struggle kept her trapped in a life that felt safe but empty. Then something happened that changed everything. Sarah's company was bought by a larger corporation, and half the employees were let go. Suddenly, the comfort zone she had been clinging to disappeared. She was forced to face the uncertainty she had been avoiding for so long. But instead of falling apart, something amazing happened. With no safety net to fall back on, Sarah finally found the courage to pursue her dream. She used her severance pay to start a small consulting business, helping other companies with their financial planning. The first few months were terrifying. There were days when she had no clients, nights when she couldn't sleep because of worry, and moments when she wanted to give up and find another safe job. But she pushed through the discomfort, learned new skills, made mistakes, adjusted her approach, and slowly but surely built something incredible. 3 years later, Sarah's business was thriving. She had more clients than she could handle, was making twice what she earned at her old job, and most importantly, she woke up every morning excited about her work. The skills she developed by leaving her comfort zone, resilience, creativity, adaptability, confidence, made her not just a better entrepreneur, but a better person in every area of her life. Sarah's story illustrates a powerful truth. Sometimes life forces you out of your comfort zone, but you don't have to wait for that to happen. You can choose to leave it voluntarily on your own terms in pursuit of something better. When you do this, you maintain control over your growth instead of having change forced upon you. The magic happens outside your comfort zone because that's where all the good stuff lives. Your dreams live outside your comfort zone. Your potential lives outside your comfort zone. The opportunities that could change your life forever are waiting outside your comfort zone. The people who could become your best friends, business partners, or life companions are outside your comfort zone. The experiences that will give you the best stories to tell, the most precious memories to cherish, and the greatest lessons to learn are all outside your comfort zone. When you stay inside your comfort zone, you're essentially saying no to all of these possibilities. You're choosing the familiar over the fantastic, the predictable over the powerful, the safe over the spectacular. But when you step outside your comfort zone, you're saying yes to growth, yes to adventure, yes to discovering who you really are and what you're truly capable of achieving. Every time you leave your comfort zone, several incredible things happen simultaneously. First, your confidence grows. Each time you do something that scares you and survive, or better yet, succeed, you prove to yourself that you're braver and more capable than you thought. This creates a positive cycle where increased confidence makes it easier to take the next challenge, which builds even more confidence. Second, your skills expand rapidly. When you're comfortable, you're using the same abilities over and over again. But when you're uncomfortable, you're forced to develop new skills, think in new ways, and find creative solutions to unfamiliar problems. This accelerated learning makes you more valuable, more interesting, and more adaptable in every area of life. Third, your network expands dramatically. When you try new things, go to new places, and take on new challenges, you meet new people who can become friends, mentors, collaborators, or supporters. Many of the most important relationships in life begin when someone steps outside their comfort zone and connects with people they never would have met otherwise. Fourth, opportunities multiply. The universe seems to reward people who are willing to take risks and try new things. When you demonstrate courage and initiative by leaving your comfort zone, doors open that you didn't even know existed. Job offers, business partnerships, creative collaborations, and life-changing invitations often come to people who are actively growing and exploring rather than those who are playing it safe. But let's be honest about something important. Leaving your comfort zone isn't always easy or pleasant. There will be moments of fear, doubt, and discomfort. There will be times when you question your decision to try something new. There will be failures, setbacks, and embarrassing moments. This is completely normal and expected. The key is to understand that these uncomfortable feelings are not signs that you're doing something wrong. They're signs that you're doing something right. Discomfort is the price of growth, and it's a price worth paying. Every successful person in history has felt scared, uncertain, and uncomfortable many times. The difference between successful people and those who remain stuck is not that successful people don't feel fear. It's that they feel the fear and act anyway. They understand that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's action in the presence of fear. When you feel that familiar flutter of nervousness before trying something new, celebrate it. That feeling means you're about to grow. When your heart beats faster before a challenging conversation, welcome it. That sensation means you're about to expand your communication skills. When you feel uncertain about a new opportunity, embrace it. That uncertainty means you're about to discover capabilities you didn't know you had. The beautiful thing about leaving your comfort zone is that it gets easier with practice. Just like learning English became more natural the more you practiced, stepping outside your comfort zone becomes more comfortable the more you do it. Each time you push through fear and discomfort to try something new, you build your courage muscle. You prove to yourself that you can handle uncertainty, that you can adapt to new situations, and that you're stronger and more resilient than you previously believed. Start small if you need to, but start today. If the idea of making major life changes feels overwhelming, begin with tiny steps outside your comfort zone. If you usually take the same route to work, try a different path. If you always order the same food at restaurants, try something new. If you typically avoid starting conversations with strangers, smile and say hello to someone new. These small acts of courage build the foundation for bigger leaps later. In your English learning journey, look for new ways to challenge yourself. If you usually only read English, try listening to podcasts or watching movies. If you're comfortable with written English, push yourself to have more spoken conversations. If you typically study alone, join an English conversation group or find a language exchange partner. Each of these steps takes you outside your linguistic comfort zone and accelerates your progress. Apply the same principle to other areas of your life. If you dream of changing careers, start by researching your field of interest, taking online courses, or networking with people in that industry. If you want to improve your fitness, begin with short daily walks or simple home workouts. If you hope to travel more, start planning a weekend trip to a nearby city you've never visited. Every journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step outside your comfort zone. One of the most powerful questions you can ask yourself is, what would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? This question helps you identify the dreams and goals that fear is currently preventing you from pursuing. Once you identify these aspirations, you can start taking small steps toward them, gradually expanding your comfort zone until what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. Remember that leaving your comfort zone doesn't mean being reckless or making dangerous choices. It means being thoughtful about taking calculated risks that could improve your life. It means being strategic about the discomfort you choose to embrace. Smart risk-taking involves doing your research, preparing as much as possible, and then having the courage to act despite uncertainty. Another crucial point to understand is that your comfort zone will try to pull you back. When you start making positive changes and pushing yourself to grow, part of your mind will resist. It will tell you that change is dangerous, that you should stick with what you know, that you're not ready for new challenges. This is your brain's natural protective mechanism, but it's not always helpful in modern life. Recognize these thoughts as normal resistance to growth, not as truth about your capabilities. The people around you might also try to pull you back into your comfort zone, often without realizing it. Friends and family members who care about you might express concern about your new endeavors, question your decisions, or suggest that you're taking unnecessary risks. Usually, this comes from a place of love and worry, but it can also come from their own fear of change or discomfort with your growth. Stay true to your vision while remaining respectful of their concerns. Building a support system of people who encourage your growth is incredibly valuable. Seek out mentors, friends, or communities of people who are also committed to personal development and leaving their comfort zones. Surround yourself with individuals who celebrate your courage rather than question it, who inspire you to reach higher rather than settle for less. As you begin this journey of regularly stepping outside your comfort zone, keep track of your progress and celebrate your victories, no matter how small they might seem. Keep a journal where you write about new things you try, challenges you face, and lessons you learn. Over time, you'll be amazed at how much you've grown and how many fears you've overcome. Also, be patient with yourself during this process. Growth isn't linear, and there will be setbacks along the way. There will be days when you retreat back into your comfort zone, and that's okay. The key is to not stay there permanently. Use your comfort zone as a resting place, not a permanent residence. Recharge when you need to, then continue pushing forward. Consider creating a comfort zone challenge for yourself. Each week or month, commit to trying one new thing that makes you slightly uncomfortable. It could be ordering food in English at a restaurant, attending a networking event in your field, taking a dance class, learning a new skill, or reaching out to someone you admire. These regular challenges will keep you growing consistently and prevent you from becoming too comfortable with your current level of comfort. The rewards of living outside your comfort zone extend far beyond personal achievement. When you regularly challenge yourself and grow, you become an inspiration to others. Your courage gives other people permission to be brave. Your willingness to try new things encourages others to pursue their own dreams. Your growth journey becomes a light that helps others find their own path to a better life. Moreover, the person you become through regularly leaving your comfort zone is someone you'll be proud to be. You'll develop resilience, adaptability, confidence, and wisdom that can't be gained any other way. You'll have stories to tell, experiences to cherish, and a deep sense of satisfaction that comes from knowing you've lived fully rather than just safely. As we near the end of our time together today, I want you to understand something profound. The life you're living right now is the result of the comfort zone decisions you've made in the past. If you want a different life, a bigger life, a more exciting life, a more fulfilling life, you need to start making different decisions. You need to start choosing growth over comfort, possibility over predictability, and extraordinary over ordinary. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who never feel scared or uncertain. They're the ones who feel scared and uncertain but act anyway. They're the ones who understand that temporary discomfort leads to permanent improvement, while temporary comfort often leads to permanent regret. Your homework for this week is both simple and challenging. Identify one area of your life where you've been staying too comfortable for too long and take one concrete step outside that comfort zone. Maybe it's having a difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe it's applying for a job that seems slightly beyond your current qualifications. Maybe it's starting that creative project you've been thinking about for months. Maybe it's traveling somewhere new, learning a challenging skill, or reaching out to someone who could become a mentor. Whatever you choose, make it specific, make it actionable, and most importantly, make it happen this week. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is right now. Don't wait until you feel completely ready, because you'll never feel completely ready. Don't wait until the fear goes away, because the fear might never completely disappear. Remember these life-changing truths as you move forward. Your comfort zone is not actually comfortable in the long run. It's limiting. All growth, all success, all extraordinary experiences happen outside your comfort zone. Discomfort is temporary, but the growth you gain from pushing through it lasts forever. You are braver, stronger, and more capable than you realize. The life you want is waiting for you just outside the boundaries of what feels safe and familiar. Most importantly, remember that you've already proven you have the courage to leave your comfort zone. Every time you listen to English content like this, every time you practice speaking despite feeling nervous, every time you learn new vocabulary, even though it's challenging, you're demonstrating that you're not someone who settles for the status quo. You're someone who grows, someone who learns, someone who pushes forward even when it feels difficult. Take that same courage and apply it to every other area of your life. Use the same determination that's helping you master English to master new skills, build new relationships, create new opportunities, and live new adventures. The world is waiting for you to step forward and claim the extraordinary life that's your birthright. Thank you for spending this valuable time with me today on English Flow. Remember, every moment you spend learning English while exploring life-changing ideas is a moment spent becoming the confident, capable, globally minded person you're meant to be. You're not just improving your language skills, you're building the courage, wisdom, and mindset that will serve you for the rest of your life. Until next time, step outside your comfort zone with confidence. Embrace the discomfort that leads to growth and keep flowing with English toward the amazing adventures waiting just beyond the boundaries of what feels safe. Your extraordinary life is calling. It's time to answer.